Hi, Chef Joe with Healthy Kids Inc. and today we'll be making a chicken pot pie. So the very first thing we want to work on is our filling. We have our chicken that has been cut into 1-inch pieces. We've seasoned it with a little salt and a little pepper. We have our mixed vegetables here. We got some carrots and some corn and some green beans. We've got some chicken stock and just a little bit of flour, and we're ready to go. So we're going to begin by cooking our filling. So we're going to start with our chicken. All right, we're going to let this brown. We really just kind of want to remove the pink from the chicken. So once it's kind of turned nice and white on all sides, then we can continue with the rest of the ingredients because this will continue to cook in the oven. We have our oven preheated to 375 degrees. Keep everything moving around, making sure nothing's sticking. It's important when you are prepping for this recipe that you cut your chicken into equal sized pieces so that they cook quickly and evenly, and you don't have some pieces that aren't done while the rest are. So just keep that in mind. We're just about there with all of this. It doesn't take too long. Okay. When it is nearly cooked all the way through, we can begin adding in the rest of our ingredients. So we've got our mixed vegetables. We have chicken broth. I'm going to bring the heat up a little bit. I'm going to sprinkle in our flour. Thicken. All right. So we're going to let this simmer away for a few minutes and allow this to thicken up before we remove it from the heat and place them into our pie dish. All right, so we have thickened up considerably. You can see the consistency has changed. It's clinging to our chicken and to our vegetables. That's where we want it, so I'm going to kill the heat. And then this is what we will place into our pie dish that we have lined with our crust, our pie dough. And we're going to make a larger one, and then we're going to make an individual sized one as well. Okay, so now we're ready to begin filling our pot pies. So we're going to begin with the individual sized. Plenty of chicken and vegetables. Okay. Now we're going to top it. Yeah. Okay, I've just rolled out my lid just big enough to fit. If you don't have enough to crimp over the edges, that's fine. You can just kind of pack it in, crimp them down. I like to push them against the edge. Okay, you want to score the top with a knife. It's okay if it tears a little bit. You could even just poke some holes in the top. And that is so that steam will escape. Alright, so that one's ready. We can set it aside. We'll do the same thing for the larger. Alright. Our filling inside. We have our top section. I'm going to roll the edges over. And kind of take a fork and crimp along the edges. This is really just for looks more than anything. Okay, you can continue removing any of the excess you've got. Save that for another application. And then kind of poke some holes in the top. All right, so these are ready to go in the oven at 375 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes until the tops are nice and golden brown. And we'll pull them out and show you the finished product in just a couple of minutes. All right, so now we're ready to pull our pot pies out of the oven. Nice and golden brown. You want to let these rest before you dig in because they're going to be piping hot. All right, so we will let those cool and then we'll plate them up and show you the finished product in just a couple of minutes.